It's agony. Every morning we wake up to a new story about Boris Johnson. Overnight it was Lord Geit. He's the ethics man. He might possibly resign because he thinks actually the fine that Boris got may well have breached the ministerial code. And then we have ministers coming out, 30 former ministers, backbenchers, 30 or so, who we know have lodged letters with the chairman of the 1922 committee. And if we've got to 30 in public, how many is that? Is it going to be in private? And is there going to be a poll within the Conservative Party next week amongst its MEPs on Boris next week, or will they wait until the 23rd of June, that date again? This time it's not a referendum, but it is going to be by-elections that take place up in Wakefield and down in Honiton and Tiverton in Devon. And the big debate, I mean, his defenders in the Daily Mail basically saying, look, if you get rid of Boris, we will lose the next general election. But those that are putting in letters are thinking, if he stays, we will lose the next general election. I have to say, for my money, well, I think Boris was the right man for 2019. I don't think he's the right man for now. And those of you watching this who are firm supporters of him, all I would say is this to you. There are enough of those who voted Conservative in 2019 who are now so disillusioned with this Prime Minister that it's time, I think, Conservative MPs manned up, took a gamble, and yes, it will be a gamble because there's no obvious successor. So I'm not asking tonight of you, will he survive? I'm asking, should he survive? Is it in the interests of the country and the Conservative Party that Boris Johnson stays on as Prime Minister? Farage at gbnews.uk, please, for your replies. I think it's time they moved on. I just don't see this crisis ever ending. Now, there has been a poll, well, sort of a poll, that's taken place on Conservative Home, ranking various cabinet ministers in terms of their popularity. We can have a look at that poll now. And it's showing us that Ben Wallace at the moment has supreme support for his stance on Ukraine. Nadhim Zahawi also, a bit of an outsider to be the next leader, about 16-1 in the market, but an interesting one. And there, right down at the bottom, is Boris Johnson. I mean, if you're behind Alok Sharma, you really must have a very serious problem, it seems to me.